You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I'm doing a follow-up to a video I did earlier because Steelers fans coming off last night's dragging by the Baltimore Ravens on the Pittsburgh Steelers led to a lot of fan outcry of enough is enough. A lot of, look, we know you always finish over 500. We know you almost always make the playoffs, but you haven't won a playoff game since Heck was a pup, and now he's a full-grown dog. Well, here we are. Now, Art Rooney II came out last year, January 29th, I believe, was the date of the article from ESPN that I talked about this morning, where he was like, the playoffs, getting to the playoffs is no longer enough. We need to win. Well, the Ravens dropped 299 rushing yards on the Steelers. All right, a team that supposedly, prides itself on run game and hard-nosed defense. You're not going to rush the ball on us, yada, yada, yada. Well, there was a lot of yada, yada, yada last night. There was just no defense. They got destroyed. Well, if you're one of those Steelers fans hoping that the Steelers would trade Mike Tomlin, because odds are you wasn't going to fire him, some team would take him. I think Steeler fans are smart. They acknowledge he's good enough that a team like the Bears or the Jets would take him immediately. Because the fact is, right now, they would take 9-8 and 10-7 every year. Hell, they might build 2 statues for him in the front. But Steelers fans, a lot like Cowboys fans, a lot like Niners fans, Packers fans, Patriots fans, you expect championships, and that's what you want to compete for. Well, sorry to tell you, Mike Tomlin's not going anywhere, and there is a lot of response from fans on this. All right. Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Steelers don't plan on moving on from Mike Tomlin despite another one-and-done postseason. Despite a widespread public outcry and another embarrassing early exit from the postseason, the Steelers are not planning to make any move involving Coach Mike Tomlin, according to team sources. Yikes. Tomlin signed a 3-year extension before the season that will keep him with the team through at least 2027. He is the longest tenured coach in the NFL and believed to have earned approximately $15 million annually. After losing their 6th consecutive postseason game and being one and done for the 8th time under Tomlin, the Steelers will apparently attempt to fix their reoccurring problems with solutions that don't involve their 18-year head coach. What those solutions are remain to be seen. But the problems, 28-14 loss to the Ravens, we just saw that. He ended the season, by the way, Tomlin did, 5 consecutive losses. Ouch. They failed to score more than 17 points in each of the past 5 games, the first time since Chuck Noll's first season in 1969. The Steelers failed to score more than 15 points in 5 consecutive games. Jesus, the NFL was not even a non-existent passing league, really and truly back then. Yeah, it was not exactly an offensive buffet in those days. That's crazy. They gave up 299 yards, eclipsing the previous mark of 232 set by the Oakland Raiders in 1972. Ouch. They have allowed an average of 38.8 points and been outscored 63-0 in the first quarter in their past 5 playoff appearances. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they're out of these games before the damn games even get started. All right? Changes among the coaching staff are likely expected, but the defense is basically devised and managed by Tomlin, even though Terrell Austin is the defensive coordinator, and it goes on to talk about all these different players that made these quotes that I would guess the fans just don't want to hear from right now. All right? So we went over to X to see what Steelers Twitter had to say about this as Jerry DeLuke put this article up on his X, and, well, there's a lot of F my life. God. It is more of the same. Art is a coward. Yeah, people kind of looking at ownership now. Count me out. Sometimes loving your team from afar is about setting healthy boundaries. I won't cheer mediocrity. Yeah, one person could say, well, it's the epitome of solid. The other one could say, well, it's the epitome of mediocrity. He really needed to have won a game in the playoffs this year. Imagine thinking Tomlin isn't part of the problem. Laugh out loud. That's wild. Dude has ruined an awesome franchise. People are pissed. Yeah, absolutely. The definition of insanity. I don't even have to read this. How about doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result? Not going to happen. Yeah, what a pisser. That's old school. Robert Hayes, Airplane. That's taking it way back for guys my age. Seriously. Wow. I mean, did we really think he was going to get fired? Pretends to be shocked. I didn't think they were going to. The owners are into DEI. One could say they're the undisputed originators of it. Just throwing that out there. Art Rooney II wasn't given permission. It is called the Rooney Rule. Art Rooney wasn't given permission by Tomlin to let him go. Tomlin really does run the Steelers. Definition of insanity right there. Moronic. Rooney is a effing coward. People are coming for the owners now. Get the pitchforks out. It's coming. Seriously. Yeah. Art Rooney II. What a loser. Lots of empty seats this coming November, December. Dan Rooney rolling over in his grave. Art II needs to give up the title. Yikes. The fan base is turning like I've never seen it in Pittsburgh. It won't be pretty. Well, I'm here to tell you that for a solid probably 6 to 8 weeks last year, coming into the end of the season, coming out into the playoffs, just like we've seen just now, because there was a lot of fire around Mike Tomlin leaving last year. It was a big, big story. And I expect there to be some outrage for a few weeks here. All right? Because here's the deal. Right now, the national media still very high on Mike Tomlin. Right now, the rest of the NFL still very high on Mike Tomlin. Pittsburgh and the surrounding Pittsburgh area, very low on Mike Tomlin. But here's the thing. If you get out of the situation with Mike Tomlin now, in other words, trade him, that's the key word. You can trade him right now and probably get a first-round pick out of it, to be honest. I mean, the Jets and the Bears probably give you a first-round pick. The Jaguars probably give you a first-round pick for Mike Tomlin. So, are the Rooneys going to wait around till the team messes around and goes 4-13? And then can't trade him and they got to fire him and get nothing for him? Because eventually that will happen. Unless they happen upon a franchise quarterback, eventually they're going to vomit completely. Projectile style. And then they're not going to be able to get anything for Mike Tomlin. His value will have dropped. So that's the key. Well, you know, whether Pittsburgh fans are out on him or not or whatever, if you want to get out of him and maximize your profits, this is it. Seriously. Tell me what you think at $15 million a year. Are you happy, Steelers fans? My gut feeling is hell to the no. Peace. I'm out till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.